Please have a seat. I ask you to please state and spell your name.
Lesean Campbell. Lesean Campbell.
Mr. Campbell, the mic is there. If your voice is loud enough, you don't have to get so close to it. Test it out. Say good afternoon, Judge Block.
Good afternoon, Judge Block.
You can move it over if you want to. Make yourself comfortable.
Good afternoon. Can you tell the jury how old are you, please?
41 years old.
Where did you grow up?
Marlboro Project, Brooklyn, New York.
I think you're going to have to pull it closer.
Let's see. Maybe you have to speak just a little bit louder.
Brooklyn, New York, Marlboro Project.
Where is Marlboro Projects?
Located in the Gravesend section of Brooklyn.
How far did you go in school?
GED.
Where did you get your GED?
In prison.
And before that, what was the highest grade that you graduated?
10th grade.
What happened around that time in 10th grade?
I just pretty much stopped going.
Did you start committing crimes?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have a nickname?
Yes, ma'am.
What's that?
Shot.
Do you have any children?
Yes, ma'am.
How old are your children?
23 and 11.
And are you married?
No, ma'am.
Where did you sleep last night?
At MDC Brooklyn.
Why are you in jail?
I'm incarcerated for crimes that I've committed in the past.
What crimes in particular?
For this one, conspiracy to kidnap and selling drugs.
So apart from those crimes, what other crimes have you committed? Let's start with drug selling.
I started selling drugs like early 90s. I've sold crack, heroin, and cocaine, marijuana.
Have you sold any prescription drugs?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you also used drugs?
Yes, ma'am.
What sorts of drugs have you used?
Marijuana and cocaine.
How frequently were you using those when you were using them?
I used marijuana often. Cocaine on occasion.
All right. And you said you started selling drugs in the early 1990s?
Yes, ma'am.
Where did you sell them?
Marlboro Projects.
And how long, more or less, did you continue to do that?
Pretty much my whole life.
Have you been arrested for selling drugs?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell us about the first time that you were arrested for selling drugs?
I'd say like 1991 I made a direct sale to a police officer.
That was in Marlboro?
Yes, ma'am.
What happened when you were arrested for that crime?
I got 5 years probation, but I never got a chance to get the probation because I got arrested again. And they gave me a 1-to-3 concurrent for both charges.
What was the second arrest for?
Possession of crack cocaine.
When you say 1 to 3, that's 1 year to 3 years?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you serve all of that time?
No, ma'am.
What happened?
I was sent to a paramilitary program called Shock.
Is that something that you do after you go to jail or within jail?
No, it was within prison. You gotta go to the state and they sent you to the Shock program.
How long did you stay in that program, more or less?
6 months.
When you came out, did you continue to sell drugs?
Not right away, but I did at some point.
All right. And was there a point in 1997 that you again got arrested for drug selling?
Yes, ma'am.
What happened when you got arrested on that occasion?
I was given the choice of a program, or the time, which it was 4.5 to 9. I copped out. They sent me to the program, but at that time, they released me from the program because of a previous arrest I had in 1995. 94.
When you say you copped out, you mean you pled guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
What type of arrest are you describing that they wouldn't permit you to go to the program with?
I was arrested for a robbery in 1994.
Okay, we're going to come back to that. When you were kicked out of the program then, did you go back to the program or you went to jail?
No, ma'am. I went to my mom's house and I was on the run.
Meaning that you were trying to evade the police?
Yes, ma'am.
Did there come a time that you were arrested by the police after that?
Yes, ma'am.
What happened?
I went and I served 4.5 to 9.
What year did you go into jail for the 4.5 years to 9-year sentence?
1997, December.
When did you get out?
2001, August 27th,
Where did you serve the bulk of your sentence?
Orleans Correctional Facility,
Can you tell us where that is?
located upstate New York.
When you were incarcerated in Orleans, did you continue to sell drugs?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you do that alone or with somebody else?
No, I did it with other people.
Can you tell us who you did it with?
Ashab Shakur.
I'm going to show you what's in evidence as Government Exhibit 44. Do you recognize that person?
Yes, ma'am.
Who is that?
Ashab Shakur.
Can you tell the jury a little bit about selling drugs in jail?
While we was there, you know, sometimes people act as if they don't want to pay after you give them the drugs. And he was the guy that had the drugs. I just basically was the strong arm if people didn't pay.
All right. So if somebody didn't pay for the drugs that they had purchased, what would you do?
I would put my hands on them.
Meaning that you would hurt them?
Yes, ma'am.
And just for the jury, describe how does someone go about buying drugs in jail? Where does someone pay them, or how do they pay?
Well, in the state, you could fill out a pink slip, and you can send the money directly from your account to a mailbox or to a person that's already out there waiting for the money, or in some cases, they pay with commissary.
Were you paid for your work as a strong arm for Ashab Shakur?
Yes, ma'am.
How were you paid?
He would give me marijuana, and I would sell it inside of the prison.
When you were incarcerated with him, did you get to know him somewhat?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you speak about his life?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you learn anything about him that was notable to you?
Yeah. He was a big drug dealer.
What sort of things made you come to that realization?
I mean, he expressed to me on different occasions that he was making $75,000 a week and stuff of that nature. And then, you know, other things. On the compound, it's not easy to get drugs in jail, so he had a lot of drugs, so I believed him.
When you were released in 2001, did you continue to have a relationship with Ashab, as you called him?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you describe your relationship after you were released?
I thought we was going to be friends for a little while. You know, I met him back in the program. We got together. He expressed different things about selling drugs to me, and I was interested because that's what I was doing at the time.
When you say a program, when you were released, did you go to a drug program?
Yes, ma'am.
And that's where you met him?
Yes, ma'am.
So did you start working again as a drug dealer with him?
Yes, ma'am.
What happened?
Once we met up again, he asked me what was the going rate for drugs at that time. He asked me how much they were selling ounces for, and I told him it was, like, $1,100, $1,200. So at that time, he offered me 1.5 ounces of crack cocaine, and I took it. And I brought him $1,100 back.
Did you continue to do business with him?
No, he never gave me no more drugs again for quite some time. He gave me some marijuana later on, but I kept it because I felt like he owed me that.
During the time that you saw him after getting out of jail, did you ever go to his house?
Yes, ma'am, on several occasions.
Where was his house?
In College Point, Queens.
Do you know who he lived there with?
He lived there with his girlfriend and his son, I think.
So you said you didn't do a lot of business with him. How did you feel about not doing business with him?
I thought that because of the business that we did when we was upstate, and our somewhat friendship that we had when we came home, that I was going to be able to build my drug business up by dealing with him, because he had more drugs than I did.
Okay. So were you upset that you didn't continue?
Yes, ma'am.
You told us about some of the crimes that you've committed. Have you ever carried a gun?
Yes, ma'am.
How many times would you say you've carried a gun?
Twice.
Have you ever shot a gun?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell us about that?
I had a beef in my projects. Some guys that came and they was trying to take over the drug area. And they came at me. They started shooting. And I got a gun and I started shooting back.
Did you hit anybody?
Not that I know of, ma'am.
During that time when you were selling drugs, were you selling them by yourself or with a group?
I mainly sold by myself, but there was other people selling around.
Have you ever assaulted anybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell us about that?
In Hollis, Queens, I had an altercation over some money. Somebody owed me some money, and I went and I put my hands on them because they didn't give me the money. And I tried to pour some hot boiling water on him. I threw it at him, but it didn't hit him.
What year more or less was that?
Around 1995.
Did you get arrested for that?
No, ma'am.
How about the shooting that you described? Did you get arrested for that?
No.
Or possession of the gun?
No, ma'am.
You said that you couldn't get into the drug program in 1997 because of your robbery arrest.
I was accused of a robbery. It was in 1994 that the robbery happened, but they asked me about it at the drug program and I went. And I told them about it, and shortly after that, they let me go.
Can you tell us about that robbery arrest?
Oh, the arrest? Someone said that I robbed them for a chain.
Had you done that?
No, ma'am.
On that occasion?
No, I hadn't done that.
But you have robbed other people?
Yes, ma'am.
How many people would you say that you've robbed?
Approximately 20.
During what years?
I'd say 95 and 96.
How did you go about robbing these people?
Strong arm.
When you say strong arm, what does that mean?
I would put them in chokeholds and go inside their pockets, try to put them asleep and take the money out.
These are innocent people?
Yes, ma'am.
People you didn't know?
Yes, ma'am.
And so you hurt them?
Yes, ma'am.
When you put your hands on them and you say they went to sleep, that means they passed out?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you get arrested for those robberies?
No, ma'am.
What about fraud? Have you ever committed any type of fraud?
Yes, ma'am.
What type?
I was trying. Credit cards for paying phone bills.
What about anything that related to car titles?
Sometime in the, I'd say, early 2000s, I did a transaction to make a fake car tag.
Were you arrested for any of those crimes?
No, ma'am. Not at all.
So when you got out in 2001, apart from selling drugs with a shop, were you working a job?
Yes, ma'am.
A legitimate job?
Yes, ma'am.
For what period of time?
For maybe 6 months.
What kind of job was that?
Was a mail sorter.
Were you also on parole at that point?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have certain conditions that you were made to comply with?
Mainly, I shouldn't use drugs and I had to go to a program.
Did you violate any of those conditions?
Yes, ma'am.
What did you do?
I sold drugs. That's pretty much it. I sold drugs.
Did you also use them?
Yes, ma'am.
You said that you pled guilty to a conspiracy to kidnap?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell us who you did that with? Who you conspired with?
With Stro, Kenwayne Jones, Popsy, and World.
Stro, Popsy, and World, you said?
Yes, ma'am. And Tion and another guy. But that was it.
All right, do you see any of those people here today in court?
Yes, ma'am.
Who is that?
World.
And what is he wearing?
Plaid shirt.
Identified.
All right. The record will so reflect.
Thank you. When is the first time that you met World?
In 1994, going through the system.
What were you going through the system for?
For the robbery that you previously talked about.
When you met him, where were you?
We was going through the system. Central booking.
In the state system?
Yes, ma'am.
When you met him, do you know what he was in jail for? Did you ever talk to him about that?
We was talking about drugs. He said he had some drugs. And that was all I really got.
Was he there with anybody else?
Yes. His brother?
Did you learn that person's name?
Wise.
Now you said you mentioned Stro, and you said you knew his real name. What was that?
Kenwayne Jones.
Did you know his real name when you knew him on the street?
No, ma'am.
I'm going to show you what's in evidence as Government Exhibit 13.
Yes. That's Stro.
And you said Popsy. Do you know Popsy's real name?
I know his last. Sesams.
I'm going to show you Government Exhibit 7.
Yes, ma'am.
Who is that?
Popsy.
Exhibit 38 is not in evidence yet, but I expect there's no objection to it.
No objection.
38?
38.
Okay, in evidence.
Who is Government Exhibit 38?
That's me, ma'am.
All right, who did you conspire to kidnap?
Ashab Shakur.
That's the person that you knew in jail and sold drugs with?
Yes, ma'am.
Before we move on, I'll show you Government Exhibit 11. Take a look at that.
Yes, ma'am.
Who is that?
Tian.
So whose idea was it to rob Ashab Shakur?
Me and Stroh.
And where did you meet Stroh?
I met him in Marlboro Projects.
How did you meet him?
I was dealing with his... She said she was his aunt at the time.
Okay. Dealing with her, meaning you were...
We had a relationship, yes, ma'am.
And when was that you met Stroh?
2000? 2001.
After you were released from prison?
Yes, ma'am.
How did Stroh come to know about Ashab?
I was selling drugs inside of my hallway. And me and Stroh had, we conversated often when he was in the area. And he came by to see me while I was hustling. He asked me about some heroin, and I told him I would call my man to see if he had some.
Did you do that?
Yes, ma'am.
What happened?
I called him. Me and Ashab spoke. He told me how much he wanted. He wanted $60 a gram, but he said that he was only giving up 10 grams at a time, so I told him I'd get back to him. I spoke to Stroh, and then Stroh was like, all right, let's get it. So I called Ashab again, and Ashab said to come to his house.
What happened next?
At that point, me and Stroh drove to his house. And when we got there, Stroh sat in the car. I went to Ashab. I gave him the money. After Stroh gave me the money, I went to Ashab. I gave him the money. He gave me the drugs. I came back out to the car, and I gave them to Stroh, and then we left.
This is the house in College Point that you described earlier?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you remember what kind of car you drove there in?
I don't remember what kind of car I drove there.
Whose car was it?
To my knowledge, it was Stroh's. He was driving.
Were you paid for your role in that transaction?
No, ma'am.
Why did you do it?
Because, I was still trying to get close with Ashab. Closer to Ashab at the time.
And you spoke with Stroh about Ashab?
Later on, some weeks later, Stroh approached me and he was like, the heroin was good. What's up with dude? I was like, what you mean, what's up? He's like, I'm thinking about getting him anyway, because he been fronting on me. Said he has some money for me or some drugs for me, and he ain't been coming clean about what he said.
So when Stroh is referring to dude, that's Ashab?
Yes, ma'am.
When you say you were thinking about getting him, that means rob him?
Yes, ma'am.
And he was fronting on you, from your perspective, because you were...
He was leading me on, allowing me to, if I could make a transaction for him, or if he could get me to do something for him or ride around with him or whatever, he was going to look out for me. And he never did. Not to the capacity that I thought that he would look out for me for.
So between the time that you facilitated that heroin deal and talking to Stroh about it, did you ever do another deal with Stroh and Ashab?
No.
When is the next time that you and Stroh spoke with Ashab?
One day he called me. I lived in Queens at the time. And he called me and he said he was in the area, so he wanted to talk about the situation with Ashab. So I told him to come by my house. And he pulled up in front of my house. I came outside. We spoke. And when I got in the car, I noticed that it was somebody else in the back of the car, and it was World.
When did this meeting occur?
I would say sometime in 2002.
So did you recognize World from what you described to us already in the early 90s?
Yeah, I remember.
What happened inside the car?
They asked me questions about a shab and I told World. I said, first I acknowledged who he was. Then I told him, I said, I heard you was in Orleans, so you probably remember him. He was the Indian kid that had the dog food.
The dog food?
Heroin.
Did World respond?
He was like, yeah, I was there. I think I know who you're talking about.
Did you have any conversation about plans to rob a shop?
At that point, I just told him that we would get together, but let me make the plans to do it. And that was it. After the conversation, we just chop it up about that. I explained to him what I seen and all of that. And then, they left. And they told me, I told them that I would get back to them.
Okay. Chop it up. Meaning you spoke about it?
We spoke about the robbery.
When you say you were in a car with Stro, where was Stro seated? Where was World? Where were you?
I was in the passenger's seat in the front. Stro was driving, and World was sitting directly behind him.
What kind of car was it?
A Jeep. It was a Lexus.
Prior to that day, did you know that Stro had any connection to World?
No, ma'am.
Did you have any kind of reaction when you saw World?
I was a little bit taken, like wow.
Why?
Because I heard his reputation.
So after you had that discussion with them in the car, what did you do?
I just went on about my daily business.
Did there come a point when you spoke with them about it?
I did speak about it. Stro called me and he told me that he was in my area to come to where he was at. It was on West 11th and Avenue X. Yeah, West 11th and Avenue X. I came over there to see him, and at that time he was asking me, he was like, yo, let's go take care of that right now. And I was like, no, I'm not ready. And he was like, so where he live at? I said, I don't know where he live at, but I know how to get there. And at that point, Popsy and Tion got out of the car, and I felt a little bit pressured, so I just went along.
When you say you weren't ready, why weren't you ready?
Because I didn't really do any planning for the robbery. I didn't do any planning. I felt like that's what I wanted to do, but I didn't do any planning for it.
What sort of planning did you feel you would have had to do?
I would say, if you're going to rob somebody and you gotta go in their house, you need to do some planning.
Why?
Make sure what you want is there. Make sure there ain't no children around. Pretty much that's it.
So you said that Stro was there. Just describe for us where you were having this meeting.
I was in Marlboro Project outside on West 11 and Avenue X.
And this was standing outside of a car?
Standing outside of a car? Yes, ma'am.
You said he was there. And who else?
It was Popsy, Stro, and Tion. And it was also another van that was right next to them. But I didn't look inside the van to see who was there.
All right, so there were two cars?
Yes, ma'am.
What's the car that Stro was in and Popsy and Tion?
Like a red Firebird or something. I don't remember exactly. It was red.
What about the other car?
It was a green van. A minivan.
So you said that you felt pressured to do it at that moment, so you decided to go with them?
Yes, ma'am.
What happened when you decided to go?
We drove to Queens. Took us about 45 minutes. We got there. And when we got there, they asked me to knock on the door. And at that point, I made up my mind that I wasn't knocking on the door because I felt like if I did, I'd be a victim.
Just to back up for a moment, when you were driving that 45 minutes, did you discuss with Stro, Popsy, and Tion what you were going to do?
No, not really. We just spoke, just random conversation.
Did you hear them speak with anybody else by phone?
Not until we finished stopping and after we followed a shab.
You said you got to a shab's house and they asked you to knock on the door?
Yes, ma'am.
Why did you feel that you were going to be a victim if you went to knock on the door?
Because I'm the only person that knew them and knew a shab.
Why is that? Why would that make you a victim?
Because I could have possibly got murdered.
What happened after you were waiting for... trying to decide whether or not you were going to go knock on the door.
It just so happened that a cab pulled up in front of Ashab's apartment and he walked out, got in a car, and we followed him.
When you say we, is that both cars?
To my knowledge, yes, ma'am.
Well, were you able to see whether or not there was a van?
I didn't see the green van. Once again, I seen this green van once we stopped. I wasn't looking behind to see if it was following us. Once we stopped, I seen it.
Where did you go?
I don't remember the exact address or block we stopped on, but it was like a strip bar on the block. He got out. We stayed in the car. They seen him go in. At that point, I was getting a lot of phone calls for drug sales, and I didn't really feel comfortable, so I got out of the car. I started smoking a cigarette, and at that point, I called a cab. And when I called the cab, I walked across the street. They was like, "No, get back in the car. We're going to drive you back to Brooklyn." I was like, "No, I'm good. You just call me and tell me what happened." And I left.
How long would you say that you were there waiting with them until you left?
Approximately 10 to 20 minutes.
During that time, did you see anybody else from the van who was in the van?
No, ma'am.
Could you tell how many people were in the van?
No, ma'am.
Was it more than one?
Yes, ma'am.
And you said they were watching him. Did you see where Ashab went?
He just went inside of a bar. Or a strip club, I think it was.
All right. Now, you said during that time that you spoke with Stroh. Did you ever speak with him on the phone?
On the several occasions we would speak about different things.
Did you have a phone?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of phone did you have? A cell phone?
Yes, ma'am. A cell phone.
And do you remember whether or not you had also a home phone?
Yes. I had a home phone at the time.
When I say that, I mean a phone in your house.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you ever use another name to register any of these phones?
Yes, ma'am.
What was that name?
Jonathan Jones.
Why did you use that name?
Because at the time I was selling drugs and I didn't want the phone to be linked directly to me.
As you sit here, do you remember the phone numbers that you had back in 2002?
No, ma'am.
All right. At this point, Your Honor, I'm just going to show the witness if I can. I'm going to ask my colleague to assist me. I'm going to move on so we don't waste time. We're going to come back to that in a moment. So after this robbery took place, did you ever, after you left, do you know what happened to Ashab?
No, ma'am. I heard about it when I got to the prison.
Did you ever speak again with Stroh or World or Popsy or Tian?
I seen Stroh I don't know how many months later, but he came around my area. I was living on Eastern Parkway at the time. And he came, he seen me, and he asked me, did I know where Ashab lived? And I told him no, and I asked him why, and he said because he was telling.
Telling what?
That he got the authorities involved.
Did you speak to him about whether or not he got any money from that robbery?
Yes, ma'am.
What happened?
I heard around that you caught like 80,000. What happened? He said we ain't get no money.
How about Popsy?
I seen Popsy in passing, but we never said nothing to each other. He gave me a head nod. I gave him a head nod. And that was it.
And World?
No, I never saw him again.
You said later on when you were in the car driving to the club, you heard members in the car speaking to somebody on the phone.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell us about that?
Yeah. They was saying we got to speak to the Ayatollah. That's it.
Did you have any understanding at that point what that meant?
No, I just thought they was talking about World.
After that robbery, did you continue to sell drugs yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you still on parole?
Yes, ma'am.
Continuing to sell?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So now I'm going to show you 3,500 LC9 just for the witness. Can you look at that and tell me if it refreshes your memory about what your phone number was in 2002?
No, ma'am. I really don't know. I don't remember.
Did there come a point after this robbery or conspiracy to kidnap that you were arrested?
Yes, ma'am.
When was that?
I don't remember exactly when I was arrested afterwards, but I got arrested. I was on the run. I went upstate. And that's when I came home and got up with the feds shortly after.
When you say the federal government locked you up, do you remember what year that was, more or less?
2005, July 19th.
And after that, did you meet with the government?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you plead guilty after that pursuant to a cooperation agreement with the government?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to show you Government Exhibit 62. I think without objection.
No objection.
6 or 5?
6.
62 in evidence. That's the cooperation agreement, right?
Yes, is that your signature on the last page of this document?
Yes, ma'am.
This is a document that you reviewed with your attorney before you signed it? Can you read that?
Yes, ma'am. I'm reading it right now.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, and what is the minimum sentence that you're facing because of your plea?
0.
And just tell us, what did you plead to?
I pleaded to a drug count and conspiracy to rob.
All right,
Commit robbery? Excuse me?
0 is the minimum?
Yes, ma'am.
What's the maximum?
20 years.
And under this agreement, what are your obligations?
To be truthful whenever the government asking me questions and to stay out of trouble.
All right, and you told us how much time have you served so far related to this case?
Approximately 7 years.
Was that continuous?
No, ma'am.
What happened?
I went home at the end of 2009. 2009, the 14th of December to be exact.
When you say you went home, how did you go home?
I was released on bail.
So that means, did you have shirters that came to court and put up money for you?
Yes, ma'am. They signed for you.
Signed for you? And after that, what happened?
I went to Virginia and I stayed home for almost 4 years.
Did you continue to commit crimes?
My last year I was home, I started committing crimes.
What kind of crimes did you commit?
I started selling drugs again.
What happened?
I started selling drugs and I got locked up 2013, September 11th or the 10th. 10th or the 11th.
So was that by the state police?
Yes, ma'am.
And what happened after that? Did you go to jail?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you plead guilty to that drug sale?
Yes, ma'am.
What was your sentence?
1 year.
And what about your bail? What happened to your bail?
It was revoked.
So now you're incarcerated again?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Under this agreement that is in evidence now, what does the government agree to do for you?
Have leniency on me.
Well, is there any particular thing that the government agrees to do?
To write a letter for me.
And when you say have leniency, what do you anticipate that that letter will say?
The letter being written for me because I cooperated if the judge chooses to have leniency on me during sentencing.
Okay. Do you understand that the letter is going to also incorporate all of the bad things that you've done that you talked about today?
Yes, ma'am.
And that's in your cooperation agreement, it says that?
Yes, ma'am.
What about this other crime that you've recently committed to and pled guilty and been sentenced for?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know what your sentence is going to be?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything about your sentence and what it will be?
No, ma'am.
All right, just returning to your cell phone briefly. Do you remember if you put it under a social security that it was your own or someone else's?
I don't remember what social security I put it under.
Do you remember your social security number?
Yes, ma'am.
What was that?
0616047778.
You said that you had a home phone number?
Yes, ma'am.
What was your address at that point?
I think it was 2015 Eastern Parkway.
All right, I have no further questions.
Any cross-examination?
Yes, sir.